All right, hey guys. So I just tried to do this video and it ended up being 15 minutes long, so I'm going to try this again and make it a little bit shorter. So last week we did the climate change PowerPoint and the video research. If you guys did not get to do this and submit your work, please make sure you do that. I know there's these quote unquote due dates or deadlines, but this is more so to keep you guys on track and make sure that the work doesn't pile up. I'm really trying not to assign all that much work, but I still want to keep you guys active and engaged in science. So for this week, we have a carbon footprint and WebQuest assignment due. All right, so both of these are going to be this week. I'm going to go to our class page. I'm using another student's login information, so this is what you guys are actually going to be seeing. So for this week, to start off, we do have our weekly survey. All right, so you click this and it opens up. First name, class period, all that good stuff. So nothing has changed here. Let's go back to this page. There are two assignments this week beyond the survey. It's the carbon footprint calculator and the climate change WebQuest. I'm going to start with the carbon footprint calculator. So you are going to have to open both of these up at the same time. The personal ecological footprint quiz you can only open on the desktop version. Teams will prompt you to do this, so you don't have to worry about remembering. I'm going to move this over to the side so we can get both open. If we go back to our Teams page and we just click the back arrow, we can get the carbon footprint data open. Within your weekly survey, I am going to have a little video on what a carbon footprint is. I feel like you guys should probably know what that is before we do the work. But it's basically just knowing what your personal impact is on the planet. So what do you do on a daily basis that helps to contribute to what's going on negatively on our planet? So with this assignment, what you're going to have to do is look at each of these sections, answer the questions. They do have a numerical value next to all of these, and you're just going to add them up. So with mine, I used my phone calculator. You can use pen pencil, you can use your computer calculator that's on there, whatever you need. But I'm going to do the water use here just to show you how it's done. So for water use, my shower or bath on a typical day, I'm going to say it is the short shower 3 to 4 times a week. So I'm going to give 25 points. I flush the toilet every time I use it. That's 40. If you only flush it sometimes, you're going to assign 20 there. When I brush my teeth, I let the water run. If you leave the water on the entire time, put 40. If you leave it off the entire time, you're going to put 0. For myself, I leave it on for a little bit, but not the whole time. So I'm going to do about half and say 20. We do have water-saving toilets, so that is a negative 20. If you do not have water-saving toilets, put a 0. Low flow shower heads, I do not believe we have those, so I'm going to assign a 0. For the my score subtotal, you just add all of these up. So 25 plus 40 plus 20 minus 20 plus 0. I got 65 here. So if you go over to the survey, all of the examples, that is my personal total. So I got 65. Maybe you guys got 65 too. I'm actually going to kind of fill this out as we go so you can see. Then we're going to do the food. Again, you're going to answer all of these questions, give them one of the numerical values on the side. For that, once I totaled everything up, I got 550. Onto transportation. Again, same thing, total everything up. If you're not sure, ask somebody who is in your home and is kind of in charge of this stuff. If you're not sure, take a guess, look it up on Google, but you do need to get a numerical value for each one of these. And there's one more over here, so the stuff option, I got -15. Not horrible, but could be better. So which category had the highest number? I'm just going to say water use for right now, just to save some time. The grand total, you're going to add up every single one of these categories. I showed the math over on the side just in case you are stuck or you don't know exactly what to do. You fill in that number in the answer box. So if everybody lived like I do, we would need 5.78 Earths to sustain everyone on the planet. To do this, if you don't get what this math is here, if you look back on your paper, it says grand total divided by 300 gives you the number of Earths. So if every single person on this planet lived the way I do, we would need definitely more than one planet Earth to sustain everything. Obviously, we only have one planet Earth, so that's a little concerning. So down to the acreage one, number 11, you have to multiply your Earth number by 4.7. So when I did that, I got 27.16. And just a little side note I included here is that acres measure the area of something. So 1 square mile is 640 acres. All right, I only used 27.16, still a lot more than I should. Number 12 is your acreage above or below average. United States averages at 24 acres. Mine is definitely above average. Again, not good. And then number 13 and 14, this is opinion. So were you surprised? Yes or no, and why? So I would say yes, because blah, blah, blah. One thing you can do starting today to save energy. One really, really easy one for me, since I leave the water on sometimes when I brush my teeth. Turn off the water completely while brushing my teeth. All right. When you're done with everything, you're going to click submit. Once you see this, you have completely submitted your assignment and I have access to seeing it. Even if it shows up on your Teams page that for some reason it did not send or you did not turn it in, if you see this, it was sent in. All right. If you want to be extra sure, I would recommend doing this. Up in the side, there is a blue box that says turn in. Click turn in. Boom, done. All right. Trying to go fast here. Climate change WebQuest is the next one. This is going to take a little bit more time to do, but you're going to click this open and it should bring you to a page that looks like this. This is the WebQuest. It's definitely going to take you a little bit more time to do than the carbon footprint, but you're going to come up to the side here where it says edit document. I would recommend editing it in your browser. You can do either way, desktop or browser, but this might be a little bit easier to save and send in. So first thing I want you to do, up at the top where it says name, just put your name and your period. I already filled in this one here. All right, so this is an interactive WebQuest, so each page that you come to is going to be some sort of simulation or interactive activity. So directions here, task 1, greenhouse effect simulation. Use the following link to complete the greenhouse gas simulation. As you manipulate the simulation, answer the following questions. If you click the tiny URL, that's going to bring you exactly to where you need to be. The full URL is going to bring you to the web page, so you might have to hunt around for where to go. If I hover over the top of this, it says Control click to open, and that is going to bring me to my next page. If you do not have access to Adobe Flash Player, you're going to have a gray box here with a puzzle piece. You're just going to click that and press allow, and then you should see a page that looks like this. So there's directions here. I'm going to exit out of that for the time being. So we have the Earth, we have the atmosphere, and we have the sun all interacting with each other. If we go back to this page, the first question says, what is the global temperature when greenhouse gas level is at the highest? So if we go back to this, greenhouse gas level is down across the bottom, temperature is up on the side. So if we move greenhouse gas level all the way up to the highest, the temperature became very hot. We can also read each of these options, or we can just make some observations. So by moving the greenhouse gas level to the highest, the temperature also became the highest. So in here, I'm going to write, oh, I don't know what that was. Temperature got very hot. I am going to highlight this so I can see the answer. If you guys can do that too, that would be awesome. That's going to make my life a lot easier. So just highlight your answer, or you can change the font to a different color too, that works. But that's all you're going to do for each of these. Use the simulation, use the questions as a guide, answer those questions. Each one is going to be a little different. So the next task is going to bring you to a different page. Read the directions here, answer the questions. Each one is slightly different, but they are all related to climate change. It's going to get a little bit more and more in depth as you go. Once you have finished the climate change WebQuest, and you see saved up here, so just as an example, if I keep typing very hot, it says saving, and then eventually once the internet kicks in, it should say saved. There we go. And then you can click close. If you want to double check to make sure you have saved that, just open it up again. And it should have, yep, everything saved as is. My name is up here, and this was the very last thing that I wrote. So I'm going to close that again. And then, so if you're happy with all of your answers, everything's good, you're going to click Turn In up at the top. Once you see this timestamp here and the Undo Turn In option, you are completed with this assignment. I now have access to look at it. If you want to go back and edit, click Undo Turn In. You can click this, open it up again, and continue working on it. But that is pretty much it. I hope this helped to answer maybe some of the questions about accessing or turning things in. But if you guys have any questions, send me an email. You can shoot me a message on the chat option here. I've been reaching out to a few people this way. Yeah, I think that's everything. So have a great rest of your day, guys, and you should be expecting to see this in your email shortly.